Hey, Sisyphus, man, what's up? Trying to dock on my Steam Deck and it works. I'm able to play most of the games on there without any problems, but the TMOD loader is being a pain. But hey, at least you got it working now. I am nothing but plagued with mechanical and computer issues right now. It's too damn expensive to get a new computer at the moment. Oh shit, I didn't start the timer. Just skip that ahead a little bit. Like right. You got Minecraft working on it. I mean, dude, Minecraft runs on pretty much everything. That game is so insanely optimized. Salty, I'm doing a lot better now that you're here, man. What's up, brother? Man, we had a pretty good day. Took the kids riding. Agent Zero stripped his transmission gears again. And, not gonna tell my mechanic I told him so, but I fucking told him so. Told him we need that slipper, what the fuck is it? Slipper sprocket. Marky, what's up, dude? And shut up, baby. I know it. Should have listened, right? Dude, and he wants to jump now, man. He wants to hit. He wants to start getting air, and that's what happened. He hit a little jump, and dude, I heard it. Ka-chonk. All of a sudden, he had enough. He had enough teeth left on the gear to limp it back to camp from the track. And the whole time he's going, I just hear when it hit that bald spot in the gear. Dude, I'll show him videos from Rip It Up Films on YouTube, and he's just like, I can do that? I was like, yeah, you can do that. And so, of course, the first race of his he ever went to that I couldn't go to, he just full sends it, tries to clear a double jump, pretty much clears it, but then as soon as he lands, just boosh, transmission done. That's good to hear, Marky. I'm glad, man. I know we haven't got to hang out and play any games recently. I've been so busy between getting ready for the baby and trying to deal with my back stuff. It's been rough, dude. You gonna play in Gray Zone Warfare? Probably not tonight, man, because I got a lot of stuff I gotta finish up after the stream. Speaking of which, let's get that started. Whoop. Wait, where am I? There I am. What's up, everyone? I do want to go get on Gray Zone again sometime soon because I haven't got to play it since they did a lot of the updates. It looks like that's going to be a really fun game, too. It was fun even in its, like, super raw state when we first started playing it. So I'm really interested to see what updates they made for it. All right. Yeah, I had a really good day today, guys. Rocking the orange Jocko. We took the kids out riding. My wife came with us. She hasn't watched Agent Zero go riding in 2 years because his very first race, this kid went just ass over tea kettle down a hill. I'm talking just flipping it. And after that, nearly having a heart attack, she decided, I'm not going to the races anymore. So she came out to practice today because APT was just bawling. He so badly wanted to go to the race. Or not to the race. We just went to a practice track today. He was just dying to go. Just absolutely losing his mind. So she came out with us. We had him out there. He actually did a really good job. We were having a great time. Critique, thanks for coming online, man. Welcome in. Hey, Bob, what's up, man? Hope all is well. I'm slowly going mad with this latest Hack the Box challenge. That's what they do to you, man. That's what they do. Oh, so they can't spawn camp on Gray Zone anymore in PvP. Nice. Mortars clear the area now. Oh, that is sick. Okay, I gotta check that out. Yeah. Well, guys, I was doing a little bit of coding yesterday. Actually, I was talking with another streamer, and I was getting advice from him on a few things on like what he does. He is really well known around the For Honor circle. Like, dude's really good at it. So, but he also works in cybersecurity. So we were hanging out and chatting back and forth. What's up, man? Thank you for coming online. I hope all y'all are having a kick-ass Saturday. I had a pretty good day, except I drew some wife aggro today because after we got done out of the ATV park, we were racing. Right, we come back home, kids just crashed out.
Caution. A virus has been
Speak of the devil.
S1CAD_virus detected in the network.
Hey, Psych, what's up, dude? Welcome in, For Honored Raiders. Dude, I was just talking about you, Psyched. Nothing bad. I was just saying we were exchanging ideas because I thought it was really funny. And I was about to tell him like the weird shit I found with the program we're writing. Not quite game development. So we're actually building an AI-powered bot that's supposed to play hacker CTF challenges. So there's a couple cool platforms called HackTheBot and TryHackMe. They're great for learning cybersecurity stuff. And I know a lot of that stuff. So I thought, okay, cool. Can I teach a little AI agent how to do this stuff? A little bit different than what a lot of folks have done. Hey, Nidinsec, thank you for coming online. So the idea here is we're building up, and a lot of this is framework ideas. Feel free to ask questions. It's a total learning stream. I love answering questions. Psych told you about TryHackMe? Nice. Yeah. I got a new toy setup, actually. So, speaking of the programming side, this is a really badass tool. So, everything we're writing in here is written in a suite called LangGraph. And LangGraph does all sorts of great stuff. They've got this tool called Studio here. So, this is one of the many graphs, right? So, the graph is something that takes in input, processes it, and eventually should return it back to something. Well, that's what we're going to do here. So this is our recon graph. Its job is to go through and we point it at an IP address or a host or something, and it goes through and it gathers information about it. Does an in-map scan. Maybe we'll do like a web enumeration, go buster, shit like that. So we're still working on it. I found some more bugs in it though. Ironically enough, while Psyched and I were talking the other day, because we were exchanging ideas on stuff, and as we're talking, I was kind of working on this in the background. I'm like, shit, and I found more bugs with it. So we're sitting there trying to get it figured out. What beer, or hold on, what bear is the best? Yogi. Yogi's the best, duh. I almost thought it was what beer is the best. I'm like, shit, I don't hardly even drink anymore. I don't have an opinion. The black bear. Black bears are pretty vicious, man. Nothing says I will jack you up like 500 pounds that can run at 30 miles an hour and climb trees. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure I didn't get lost in the chat here real quick. Yep. My redeems are better. Shots fired. I've actually been meaning to make the dial tone. As much as I love it, that's the sound of my childhood, man. I grew up on 56K. But I've been meaning to actually back that out a little bit because it's a little long. When we get a cool raid like what Psych just dropped on us, that shit will just go and go. And like it'll be minutes before I can talk again. It's a reference to The Office. Man, I need to suck it up and get through the first season of The Office so I can get to the good seasons. I know the first season's the hardest one to get through. I'll eventually get to it. I just haven't gotten to it yet. If it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lay on the ground. If it's white, pray to whatever you believe in. Yeah, no kidding. Dude, those polar bears, they can smell you from far away. If they came looking for you, they're like, I'm getting a meal. This is not a suggestion. Is there a game development session maybe in the future? Not really. This is my game. I enjoy what I do here. So I'm a professional red teamer. I work for a company. We get contracted to go break into companies' computer networks and explain how we did it. Try to evade their defenses, their logging capabilities. Sometimes you don't have to be quiet on the network. Sometimes we do. We try to be kind of sneaky squirrel. It just kind of depends on what the client's doing and what their goal is for it. So we work with them to kind of figure that out. That's what I do for my day job. So what I do, yeah, pretty much a white hat. Except I usually say white hats are for Cuban gangsters. That's why I go to black hat. But I enjoy the crap out of it. And this is a way, this project here satisfies a couple of things. What I'm doing is I'm trying to understand how some of these AI agent systems get built. Because I know my customers in the very near future will be rolling this shit out, and I got to understand it so I can break it. 2, I actually suck at writing code. I'm trying to learn to be better at it. Reading code and modifying it, great. Only language I ever have a problem with that is Rust, because Rust is weird. But everything else, no problem. I can read, modify, get it to do what I need it to do. That's no problem. I suck at writing raw code, so this has been an exercise in getting used to that. And the third thing is, after I get this bot like kind of built out, it should be kind of easily scalable. I can start throwing in new things. So the goal is, we want it to be able to play like easy level, like hack the box and try hack me. Once it gets to that point, then we can start having it start doing more advanced stuff, and we can expand the various graphs. Here, hold on. Why am I trying to? Let me just find the picture real fast. Hang on. Here we go. So this is what it should look like. Eventually, this is what we're going to be working with up here. So we have this is what a graph in LangGraph looks like. Each of these little nodes is some kind of computing structure. So we have a start, we pass in info. And actually in the beginning, this pass in info over here to Stinger will probably be bidirectional. It'll probably look more like this, where it goes both ways. Because what we want to be able to do is tell it either to run in like an autonomous mode, where it just tries to figure out how to solve the challenge, or a lot of these CTFs, they have like what they call adventure mode. You can walk through it and you answer questions, and as part of answering those questions, it kind of guides you through solving it. So I want to be able to pass those questions to the AI bot and then have it come through and figure out how to answer them. But what we're working on right now is this section right here, the recon leg, because this one's going to kind of form the basis for the other ones. For after we kind of figure out what's out there, we want to figure out what is on it, and then figure out how to exploit it, and then eventually do post-exploitation. This one's going to be the hardest one, I think, because we're going to have to build in integrations to the Mythic command and control framework, which I actually started playing with. There's actually a really nice Python library for it, so shout out to Cody for making that. Let's see. Let me see what I'm looking at. Is that why White Hat Streamer has that name? Yeah, probably. There was the idea like you had white hats. Those are the guys that they use their hacking powers for good, right? With great hacks comes great responsibility. And then you've got the black hats were the guys who were doing it to do nefarious shit. Try and do ransomware and stuff like that. Or break in and steal industrial secrets, things like that. That was the idea for it. In reality, it's just who's law-abiding and who's not. All the shit I do for work is technically illegal. I have immunity because we have a contract with the client. So, which actually completely makes me just die laughing. Because every time we'd go to, at my last company, we had lots of business units, and the red team, which was called Team Aries, that was just one group of it. And we were the most chill and caused the least amount of problems at any of the like company get-togethers. And it was so funny because I'm like, you would thought the professional felons would be the rowdiest of the bunch. Not even close. It's usually the sales guys. I streamed for so long, I was waiting for you to get on so I could rage you after our call the other day. Damn, dude. Wait, hold on. Were you legit on? Because you got on at like 8 this morning. Were you streaming for 12 hours, man? Holy shit. Yeah, because I caught the beginning of your stream. It was while I was getting ready to go out to the track. I saw it. I was like, holy shit, man. So I only got to catch like the first 20 minutes of your stream this morning. And then I've been gone all day and running stuff. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the wife aggro. Because she is so amazingly very pregnant and just ready to pop any day now. She's got this maternity pillow, right? This thing looks like it's a giant U-shaped deal. Hold on. Shit, why did I close that? Come back. It's this giant U-shaped deal, right? It kind of looks like this. Kind of like comes up here like this. And it's got these two little legs right here. And so she can snuggle up right here. Right? She can snuggle up right here against it and rest her belly over here. Well, APT, when he got home, was just out, dead to the world. He ran around at the track and had a great time. He was watching his brother and cousins ride and shit. He climbs up and just curls up right there. Boom. So she didn't get a nap this afternoon. Me and Agent Zero and APT, we all got naps. And then it gets kind of late in the afternoon. She comes to wake me up. And normally she'll come in and she'll like tap me on the foot, like, hey, it's time to get up. No, that was not how this happened today. She comes in and just kind of, bam, slaps the shit out of my foot. She's like, it's time to get up. I'm like, oh no. I instantly, at that moment, knew I had fucked up somewhere. So I crawl out of bed, and I go out there, and I was like, babe, how long have you been awake? Assuming she had taken a nap with us. She's like, the whole time. I was like, oh, babe, I'm sorry. So, like, I went into overdrive, like, just trying to take care of anything and everything I could around the house. So, because I felt so bad she didn't get a nap. That was literally my wife, yeah. We've been married for 10 years. I can tell when I have fucked up. I can instantly tell. I know all of her mannerisms to the T. And everybody who's like, hey, you need to work on your evasion so you don't get wife aggro. I can't. She knows 100% of my tradecraft. There's not a fucking new thing in the world I can develop. And even if I develop new tradecraft, she's going to be right there to see the development. She's going to catch on to it instantly. She's the ultimate. She is an endpoint detection response system crafted specifically for one threat actor, and it is me. Her sole job is to keep me from doing stupid shit. Apparently, I failed today. My version of telling chat when they fucked up is me showing them the chancla and throwing it at them. Dude, the chancla. Psyched. Have you seen the Infinity chancla? Hold on. The infinite. Yeah, hold on. Here we go. The infinity chancla. When you fucked up so bad, Abuela's gonna Thanos snap you out of existence. This is not the version I had seen. This right here, where she's got that sucker in Thanos' face. I love that. Get her favorite food tomorrow. Well, thankfully, I think I could pretty well do that. That's the greatest depiction of EDR I've ever heard. Glad I can help, gaming man. Don't show Psyche, he's gonna use it on me. Oh, sorry, man, I've already given him the idea here. There you go. Yeah, you need an infinity chancla emote, Psyched. That's what you need now. Oh, man. Yeah, so this is the project we've been working on. Having a good time with it, answering questions. When I say AMA, I mean it. Come in. If you want to know shit, just ask. Everyone in the chat will tell you. I have no problem taking like a hard fucking left turn and answering questions on stuff. You done messed up, Aaron. Hang on. Balaki. If one of y'all answers with another stupid ass name, you will feel my wrath. Blake? What kind of stupid ass name is that? Fucking classic. Damn, I wish those guys were still making those skits. That shit was so funny. Jacqueline? It's Jacqueline. Son of a bitch. Oh, damn. Cracks me up every time. Shit, I totally forgot what I was going for. Oh, yeah, I got shit broken. That's what I've gotten here. Hey, Badass, thanks for the gifted sub, dude. Appreciate that. I need to work on my emotes and stuff. I kind of had them split between two different systems. I'm going to probably just combine them into one. Chess Club. More like Mosquito Bite Club. Hurtful. Hurtful. Oh, let me see here. What was I working on? Oh, yeah. So, guys, I found a weird bug. All right. So, over here, let me bring this over. Let me see. Can y'all read that? Okay. So this was the prompt right here, right? This is this. So they have two types of prompts, right? We're sending shit over to the AI model. You have what's called a system prompt, which is like these are supposed to be the system level instructions, and then you have the user prompt. It's like the questions that the user asks, right? So we've split this up into two sections.
Shut up, baby. I know it.
And in the system prompt, we tell it, hey, you're a network security specialist. You specialize in reconnaissance, yada, yada. And we're told it that, hey, you have tools you can use here. So I realized, though, we actually don't need to pass all the various tool functions over to this shit. So I took this part out. When I did, everything freaking broke. It broke real bad. You need that, redeem? I need to get some more. I actually have a sticky note. Where is it? Yeah, actually... What did I have in here? I had hello IT from the IT crowd. Oh, I wanted to get Critical Drinker. I wanted to get his go away now. That's what I was looking for. And then also Quagmire's Giggity. I need to add those to the soundboard. Sorry, Badass. I just got the kids to bed. That's why I don't start till like 8 o'clock Centrals, because I got to get the kids to bed. But yeah, so here's what I noticed. So up here, when we get ready to prep this language model call, where the hell is it? Let me find it. Here we go. So when we prep the language model call, we use this bind tools function, and all the tools, all the various functions from RoboPages get basically slapped onto it. The problem is, that's not the problem. The problem is, this is kind of redundant, right? We make a complete list of all the tools and shit that should go in here. However, when we do that, if I don't have this part and this part, it breaks completely. And that shouldn't be what's the case here. This right here, we shouldn't need. We shouldn't need to slap all that shit into the prompt as it goes through. So I'm working on this. What's happened here is I found out that those tools, you can actually define the schema for the arguments. And I did not know that until I started trying to strip this shit out to save some tokens, because this actually puts a lot of stress back and forth between the language model. Taking a break from IoT studying and Ghidra. Ghidra's not that bad, man. I just really suck at reverse engineering. Kaiju, what's up, dude? The chill kaiju, the nice kaiju. By the way, I am rocking the orange Jockos tonight. Oh, yeah. Not sponsored by Jocko yet. I don't know when I'm going to get to do the Murph. Eventually, I think I'll get to do it, but I got to get my back rehabbed first. What are we discussing? So working on a... Kaiju, we're building out an AI agent in a framework called LangGraph. And the job of it is supposed to go through and play hacking CTFs, capture the flags. It's supposed to do something like hack the box and try hack me. So that's what we're kind of building out here.
Welcome, agent.
Wait, what was that? Oh, hey, Badass, thanks for the sub, dude. Yeah. So that's what the idea here is. So now what I need to figure out is we're going to have to go back over to the LangChain and RoboPages integration. So RoboPages, for all my new folks that are in here, it's really cool. It's a server we can send web requests to. It will spin up tools that we define in a Docker container and then go run them with whatever arguments we send it and then send us the data back. Very cool tool, but there's no integration between LangChain, LangGraph, and RoboPages. So I'm building it right now. And I just found another flaw in it. If we have this section in here, this will work. But that's not really the proper solution to this. It's a half-assed Band-Aid. What should happen is when we bind the tools to the language model in LangGraph, it should work. However, the problem is all of the arguments are getting formatted right. So the shit that's getting passed over to the tool call is breaking. It's not set up correctly. Cookie Monster. I love that one. That was my very favorite one. So let's see here. So what I was trying to figure out is, let me minimize this real quick. Oh, so I also got a new little tool set up for us in here. So this is LangGraph Studio. So what I've done is I've got let me pull this up. Where's my terminal? Here we go. So down here, I've actually got a server running that's connected to the Recon agent right here. It sets it up and runs it, and we can interact with it visually here, so we can see what it's doing and what the state of everything is as it runs. So let me go ahead and fill in the data right here. So the task is find all common open ports on scanme.nmap.org. And then for our hosts, we don't need anything here, but I'm going to put in just a placeholder real fast. I'm going to put in like A and B, just so it has something in there. Context, we don't need anything. I'm just going to put a dot. And then messages, we don't need anything either. But let me do this real quick. Let me come through and format this. So this is pretty cool because I can do this in raw JSON down here. So let me drop this in here. We'll say messages. And that is going to be just a blank list. Because we actually don't need to use the messages for anything in here. When Recon Router comes through, it's going to look at the task. It's going to say, oh, this is what I need to do. It's going to send all that stuff to the language model. We'll see it actually built out over here once it runs. And then we'll start seeing the errors. We can begin debugging it again. I was working on this a little bit earlier, but I didn't get it figured out just yet. Hey, Sin, what's up, dude? You should look at Kata containers, having working for a while on it with kernel C group. LSM's basic. This uses the Intel TDX instructions via the CPU to enforce security over hypervisor memory safety rather than kernel via the MM Protect or Mac. Oh, okay. Containers. I hadn't heard of those. Let me look at that real quick. Kata container. Oh, shit. I just threw my mouse across the floor. I haven't seen this, but let's see. Now, the difference is, though, this is cool to use, Sin, but for this, if I was making like a really secure environment, then yeah, I would probably take a look at this. For this project, though, RoboPages is specifically built to work with, with Docker. I probably could make it work with Podman, but I just haven't gone through that. Interesting. They use IRC still? Wow. Well, I didn't think anybody really used IRC these days. Let's see. Cool, I'll have to check that out, though. It looks really neat. Especially, like, for if I need to do anything for, like, high-security computing. Let's see. Let me try running this. So what I've done here... Actually, let me let the ads chill out for just a second so everybody else can see this. But what I did is, this is the input. So these graphs right here, they take an input, what's called a state. It's basically just a Python dictionary that gets passed around. And what we can have here is, like, in this case, when we have Stinger come up, Stinger's going to be the control node in this whole thing. So here's Stinger. Stinger's going to be like the main control node. It's going to be the router that calls all the other graphs. So recon is its own graph, enumeration, exploitation, post-ex. Those will all be their own graphs as well. And like exploit, here's a really good example. Like, okay, hey, are we doing a web exploit? We're doing a binary exploit, maybe a protocol exploit, whatever. We'll have subgraphs built into each of these. So recon right now is very basic. It's just this. We hit the router, we send a call to the language model. The language model says, okay, I want to invoke a tool call. We send that to the recon tool node. That forwards it over to RoboPages, gets the data back, sends it, and we should be good. Now, the issue here, though, is the tool node that's built in is really rudimentary. But before I rewrite this, I got to get this part sorted out on how the tools are getting passed to the language model. Right now, it doesn't understand what the arguments need to be. It's not doing it correctly. I'll show you here in just a second. Okay, cool. Yeah, the ads are done. So what we did is we have the basic state set up. We're going to send that and let it run through this computing pipeline here. So let's go ahead and submit that real fast. It should interrupt after. There we go. Okay, cool. So look right here. So this actually did do it, right? We have a target. That's what we need. And we have scanme.nmap.org. So these are the two arguments we got to go pass over to. Let me see if I can blow this up a little bit so y'all can see it better. I'm in the way. But this is what we need to pass over to RoboPages to get it to work. Oh, look, actually, you got all the stuff out. Nice. So this works, but there's an issue with it. And that is, when we look at this, let me see here. View state, that's not what I want. Let me look at this real quick. Open thread via ID. No, that's not what I want. I wanted to look at this in... Okay, cool. So that finished. It should go back to the recon router. Wait, are you running again? Ah, shit. Stuck in a loop. Cancel. This was an error. We had to... Another error we've got to sort out. But what's happening here, though, is if we come look at this in... Let me find it. Tracing projects. Here we go. Here we go. This one was canceled, but this is the flow of like what's actually happening here. So if we look at the stuff we actually send to the language model, we're sending it to Claude, Claude 3.7 over on Anthropic. We see all these tools listed here, right? This was the one that actually got called, the one that's behind my big ass head, right here. And we look at the args here. So the args are nothing, right? It doesn't know how to specify like, hey, what the target is or like what a specific port is, anything like that, which it should be getting from RoboPages, but it's not. However, if we come look at the input here, we see the raw context of it. Actually, let me look at the... I don't want to see the raw input. I want to see... Where is it? This is the raw input. Hold on. We go default. There we go. So here was our system prompt, right? We tell it, hey, your job is to perform a list of tasks. They're defined and you have provided tools, and there could be additional context in here. So look at the tool definitions here. This is all the tools that we've got. And if we come down, take a look at this. It's a lot of stuff. We're burning a lot of API tokens by just sending all this extraneous shit. But because we've got it all up here, these are all the tools that should be being sent to it. However, they're not formatted properly. So we got to go fix that up. These tools, all the explanation of like how these tools are set up, it should be occurring up here. It shouldn't be directly in the prompt. But what's interesting though, is after we do this, if we look at the messages, you see, look, we actually got the correct format. It should say, hey, here's the target, scan me in map.org. And it's really actually interesting. I was not expecting this. So even though the tools themselves, like for example, the GoBuster one, even though all these look the same, right? They're all the same. Default arg null array, default arg null array. Even though all this shit is wrong, it's actually inferring the correct tool call from all of this right here. That kind of blew my mind. I was not expecting it to do that after it did it. So when I took all this junk out, all of a sudden everything broke. All the tool calls were just fucked up. I might try to turn off the touchscreen because I think that's the main problem I'm dealing with. Oh, on your Stream Deck? Yeah. Dude, now you're making me want a Stream Deck. So what I need to go do now, and then also we got a second problem. We got after we get this sorted out, notice how it's hitting the loop. What should happen here is after the tool call is done, it should hit the recon router, and then the recon router should see, hey, yeah, we had a tool call and it was executed successfully, and then end. It's not. It's getting stuck in this loop right here and just constantly cycling between them. So we got two problems we got to sort out. One, we got to go fix the argument parsing in the LangChain RoboPages configuration for the tools. And then two, we got to figure out how to get this recon router actually working correctly. Because it shouldn't be routing back down here. It should take that output and then send it down here. Dude, it's wild. I was not expecting that behavior. And it completely threw me for a loop. Oh, I said we were working on this actually while we were talking, Psych, but that wasn't it. It was whenever I got home real late last night. My wife and I went to go see, she's real big into musical theater, so we went to go see Back to the Future, the musical. It was actually pretty damn good. So, I liked it. All right, let me take this real quick. I'm going to put this right here. I'm just going to comment that out. There we go. Actually, I gotta do one more thing. There we go. Why is it saying this is all jacked up here? Oh, it's because this, that's not the problem. This needs to be indented. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so I want to take this part out because we're just burning thousands of API tokens because that's a long string of shit, right? Every time we call this. So I'm trying to make it a little bit more efficient. However, what's going to happen now is over here in RoboPages, we've got to fix this up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to debug this. We're going to kind of see where it crashes a bit. Actually, what I need to do is debug this one here. Let me see. Did I set this up correctly? Yeah, this should be good. So I'm going to run this, and it's going to crash out. We're going to take a look at the crash log. I haven't seen a Back to the Future event other than the roller coaster one at Disney. I remember that, dude. I went to that shit at Disneyland when I was, I think, like 8 years old. My dad was working out in California for several months, maybe like a year. It was a long time. So my brother and I went and spent the summer with him. And while we were out there, took us to Disneyland. And they had a Back to the Future ride. They had an Emmett Brown impersonator there. I would have sworn that was the real guy, the actual actor. What's his name? Lloyd. Lloyd something. Is that Lloyd? Who was the guy that played Dr. Brown? I can't believe I forgot that actor's name. Love that movie. All right, let's take a look here real quick. Oh, we hit a breakpoint. Damn it. That's fine. Actually, this is fine right here because this is what we kind of want. If we look at this, what we did is we told it, hey, this is our RoboPages object. And then we told it to go ahead and go get the tools from that. Then we have a nice little tools variable. So if we look at RB tools here, we bring this up a bit. If we look at this, notice how the args, this is what we were seeing. There's no args and there's no KW args. So what we need to do is we need to figure out a way to fix this. The way to do this is actually by building a Pydantic model that passes through and says, okay, this is how the args should be set up. Christopher Lloyd, yes. Thank you, Kaiju. I'll tell you this, though. For the show, the actors, they were a bit over the top, but overall, I had a really good time. I enjoyed the hell out of it. It was a good time. And it makes Sock happy because she's glad that I don't have to go suffer through these. No, I just nerd out on how they build the sets. I find that really interesting, and they had a really cool set design for that show. Lake Jane, custom tools, Pydantic. I think it's this one. How to create a tool, arg schema, Pydantic base model. Okay, so what we're gonna have to do is we need to bake a little bit of like a Pydantic base model factory whenever we do this. Let's see, this is not what we want because we're not using functions for this. They could do docstring parsing. Wait. No, we can't do docstring parsing because the docstring is static and we're getting all this shit. So, by the way, for everybody who is new to the stream, what's happening here is we've got this server running up here. And you can see it. Hey, it was running nmap for us. Whenever we get what we do is we do a simple GET request over to that server, and then it sends back a giant JSON blob, and we decode that, and that's how we know what functions we can do. We then take those and we build them up as individual items in a giant array, and then we know what we can call to pass to the language models. Well, the problem is the output is not quite making it all the way here. So what we need to do now is we got to figure out a way to set up these KW args right here. The args I'm not concerned about. Actually, what I want is these KW args here. So what we need is a way to set this up using Pydantic, structured tool. Let's see. Structured tool. Okay, so structured tool. Class method provides a bit more configurability than tool decorator without requiring much additional code. Yeah, that's not going to work. Tools from runnables. Okay. Let's see. LangChain runnables that accept a string or a dictionary input can be converted to tools using the as tool. Okay, that's not going to work either. Subclass base tool is what we did to build the tool, but we need to have some way to say this is our structured input. Oh, here's our arg schema. Okay. So optional arg schema, that'll be calculator input. And then here's what they classified this calculator input. So what we need is, we need to define this as part of it as well. Sir Caffeine, what is up, man? You're my favorite molecule. All right, so let's go take a look here. So this is the code where we've got that stuff defined in here. So here's a RoboPages tool, right? This code tells us, hey, this is what we're doing with it. It goes through and it defines everything, gets it all set up. So we have a name, description, and we have parameters, but the parameters function doesn't really do anything in here. What we need is a name, description, and the arg schema right here. I forget what this return direct does. What did that do again? I think it says only relevant for agents. So when true, after invoking the given tool, the agent will stop and return the results directly to the user. I don't know if we need that. We may need that. I want to keep that in my back pocket. Wait, does that default to true if we don't define it? Let's see. Return bool. Doesn't say. Okay, we'll just leave it alone for now. So what we need is this arg schema right here. Now, where did he define the arg schema? Let's see. Oh, it's from there. Gotcha. Okay. So let's go try this real quick. Let me grab a copy of this. And then what we're going to do is, I'm going to go ahead and leave the parameters in there as is. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. let me go fix this stuff right here. We got to do some imports. What did they import optional from? Was that from tooling? Let's see. Oh, from typing, yeah. All right, so we got that imported. Let's go ahead and import arc schema. That should import from LangChain core tools. Let me make sure that imported correctly. Yep, we did get that. All right. And then, what else do we need here? Oh, this is calculator input. This won't be it. What we're going to need to do is find some way to set that. Actually, we're not going to set that. We're going to pass that in. So then, once we go through and we define a RoboPages tool down here when the class initiates, which was under create tool. In fact, I want to refactor this. Refactor, rename. This should be create tool. There we go. What I want to do here is we gotta change this up a bit. So we've already got the parameters, but what we're gonna have to do is set a little bit of a breakpoint in here. So I want to set a breakpoint here, and then I'm gonna run this one independently so we can take a look at it. So let me go ahead and stop. And it's gonna, because it's gonna break at this point anyway. Let's go ahead and debug this real quick. I learned that turning off the touchscreen is kind of like playing Metal Gear Solid without being caught. Okay, actually, hold on. Where did we get the breakpoint here? Oh, I don't care about that. What I want is this part right here. Where was it actually showing that it had its issue? Arc schema field required. I don't give a shit. I wanted it to stop there anyway. Okay, because what I want to do is I need to take a look at what we've got here in the stack. Let's come here. RB tools not defined. I don't give a shit. Let's take a look here. Because what we got is eventually what we have to do is pass in this arc schema down. Oh, okay. I don't care if it's breaking down here.
Shut up, baby. I know it.
Come on, scroll it. Hang on. Let me reconnect to this because the cursor is off a bit. There we go. Hey, Cypher. What's up, brother? All right, let me take a look here real quick. Okay, so what we have is... So here's the breakdown of what's happening. Let's see. So we get a list of the tools. That's going to be array. Our functions is from get tools, which we got. That's just fine. So then for each item in the functions, we're going to iterate over it. So let's go take a look at what we've got for functions. And actually what we need to iterate over is this right here. So for function in item functions. Yeah, so we want to take a look at item functions right here. I don't know. I need to rename these variables. They're screwing me up. I got them overloaded here. But anyway, let's see. What do we got? All right, Psyched. Yeah, man. You two take a break, dude. Damn, doing a 12-hour stream? That's a fucking marathon, brother. All right, badass. You have a great night, man. Thanks for y'all stopping in. I appreciate it. Yeah, just a bunch of nerds in here. Let's see. RCMA-based functions. Where did it actually break at? Hang on. Let's see. Hold on, let me stop this real quick. This debug session for some reason is getting weird. What's the error that it's throwing with this? Oh, how do I add this to ignore? I don't care about that. Hey, Golfer, thanks for coming online, man. Appreciate that. Let's see. Few breakpoints. No, that's not what I want. I want to adjust this. Tell it to ignore it. That's fine. That is not an issue that I'm working on. Alright, so there's our breakpoint. Actually, let me break right here. Let me try that. Oh, you just spun a badass? Okay. You know what? Damn it, I need a YT command, dude. It's just at BlazeBits on YouTube. All right, where's this actually hitting this at? Let me see. Oh, it's hitting this because we're not passing in. Okay, that's fine. I don't really care. Actually, no, I do care because damn it, that is not hitting what I want it to. Son of a bee sting. All right, hang on. I gotta add a little bit more scaffolding to the main function. I see what's going on with it now. So what's happening is down here in the, let me close this out. Close. Those are all system libraries. So what's happening is to test out I put basically little test cases in for the various functions of the robo pages set up here, but we're missing the arg schema here. So I think I can just leave that as blank and it will work. Let me try that. Because we have it as an optional. Let me see what it does. I didn't like it. Did we hit the breakpoint? Oh yeah, that's the current live stream over there. Yeah. Let's see. Args, airplane, robo pages not defined. Did we still not hit the... Oh no, we actually did hit the breakpoint. Okay, not worried about that. Let's see what we've got here though. All right, so we're iterating over, where is that? Item functions, okay. And so for function in there, we want to go bust some stuff out. So let's look at the func. We want the func. All right, so what we have is name, description, and parameters. And so here's our various parameters. So we've got a dictionary with 4 items. There's our examples. Okay, so we have name, type, description, and examples. Okay, so what we need to do is we got to find a way to dynamically create this portion right here. And there is a way to do this. So this is a Pydantic base model, right? This is getting imported from here. And there is a way to do that. Let's see. I was looking at this earlier. Dynamically create a Pydantic model. All right, let me see what these guys are saying here. Okay, so we could define it like this, and then we could do create model strategy star for the stuff in strategy. So we could reformat it and try to make it work this way. Yeah, so what we'd have to do is we'd have to redefine, basically just reshape this data a little bit, do a little bit of massaging, and then we could get it going. So create model strategy. But in this case, we're doing it this way. I think we could return this directly, just have create model go to it. I think that would work. So let's go try this. So what we do is we send it the strategy name and then the value of everything. Is that how we want this? Let me look at this real quick. So title, type, object, properties, name. Take a look at this real fast. What I want to do is, can I copy this value? Yeah, let's go throw that over to VS Code to just keep it on standby. That's a terrible one, though. Can I continue, or did we actually just stop? Let me try continuing to the next one. Now it fails on the Pydantic validate. I wanted a different one in here. All right, that's fine. What we can do is we can kind of just take a look at this. All right, so there's our, let me clean this up a bit. So that's our description. Here's our examples. So we got like a printf. This particular one is one for running like independent code inside of Python. So if we had it go build us some Python code, it could actually go execute it. Let's see. Actually, you know what? I just want to delete this shit out. Where's the end of this? Comes all the way down to here. Okay. Take that out. Because I don't really want all of this. There we go. And we got our name and type string. Okay, this is what we want. So we got description, examples, name, and type. Perfect. All right, so this is what we got to kind of restructure in here. So the name and the type. That's what we want. Where was that? So what we're going to do is we're going to just pass in a create model from Pydantic. Oh, yeah, the t-shirt. Maybe just turn metadata, master of packets. Yeah, it's funny. My brother saw this, and he thought it was a Metallica shirt until he's like, man, I remember when that came out, and how old is that shirt, and how does it look so good? And it's like, read it more closely, bro. Okay, so we need a key, we need a type definition, and then a field descriptor. That's how they're doing it here. In this case, they're saying that's the strategy for this. Let me find another example here so I can keep a close eye on it. They did a really good job on this shirt. It's so sad because probably 70% of my t-shirts are all like free IT swag. Or LangChain. Let me look at this real quick. Dynamic fields for base models in Pydantic output. Let me see what these guys are saying. Let's see. Is there a way to dynamically load the description of the two fields? Well, yeah, anything. If you can do it as a variable in here. Let's see what we can find with this. Once we get this fixed up, then we can figure out where the hell that recursion loop is happening. That's killing me. You know, I think I want to go back. Let me see how they're doing it. What's the AI suggestion here? So we have model name, field definition, string type string. I don't like that. We could actually go make that a function, and that's probably the best idea for it. Bring this down. No, this is the wrong code. Here we go. So there's our RoboPages tool. Let's make a new function here. So let's define create arg schema. And what we want is we want the name, and that should be a string. And then we want shit, what do we need for that? I'm losing my mind. Here we go. So we need a name, a description, and the arg schema. Okay, so the arg schema is the part we're going to have to reproduce, but that's fine because what we can do is we can do name, do description. That's going to be another string, and then what we'll do is the arg schema or arg schema? It's plural. And that is just going to be a dictionary. What was the suggestion here? Dictionary string type. I don't know why my stupid watch keeps buzzing at me. I mean, this is a way we could do an example usage for the field definitions. Oh, this would be the model name. Here's what we need. And then we need the field definitions. That's going to be a string too. some type in here. Let's change that. So we'll do so I'm gonna do tool name, because this is gonna be for fuck it, we'll just call it model name. So we'll do model name here, and then the description, which I misspelled. Yeah, name, description, and then the arc schema. Actually, we don't want to call that arc schema. Let's call that the fields. We'll do fields, and that's going to be a dick. Love the dick. And we'll do string and then a type. I gotta import that. Let's go ahead and get that in here. Let me scoot this over because I don't need it right now. Alright, so what we're going to take with this is we're going to create our field definitions here. Actually, really what we're going to do is we're going to say return create model here. Yep, that should be it right there. Oh, not like that. Let's see. We'll do a return. We're going to do create model. Yeah, what was the function called? Yeah, create model. Get that one from Pydantic, and then we're going to pass in the name and the field description, field definitions. So, what is this? This is going to be the in fact, I can take the description out. Actually, can I take the description out? Let me look what we had here. No, because that's what we want. We actually need the description for it. We have the descriptions of the various items in here. This is why I don't really trust the AI overviews. Let's see. Pydantic model language. Actually, I think we already had that up. Hang on. Yeah, it's up over here. So what we need to do is, each of these is a field, so we need to go do field definitions for it. What about this? This is for structured tool. This one do. If you need both sync and async implementations, use the structured tool function. Yeah, we don't really necessarily need that. Oh, so there's async invoke and there's also invoke. That's gotcha. That's handling tool errors. That's not what we need. Let's see. What I want to do is I want to dynamically create this, though. I think this AI overview is missing some of the points of it right here. Let's see, Pydantic model. What are these guys over in Reddit saying here? Description only matters when it's being passed to the LLM, since it's added to the schema, which is formatted by the provider in the system prompt. So you could do something like this. Let's see, so get data, my agent. Wait, where's he passing it? Let's see. So we have the state defined LLM. Get data arg1 string. Get the data and accept the values of arg1 are arg1. Return u1. Okay, that's not what I want. I like where you're going with that, but that's not exactly what I... Oh, here we go. So this is how we want to define this. So this would be our tool one, and it's going to be the names. And then I know there's create model in here. All right, what was that function called? Create underscore model. Here we go. Okay, so it's going to pass that in as a tuple into this. Gotcha. Let's see what we can figure out with that. Because once we get this part going, I'm really hoping we can also do the same thing with the output. I'm going to try and do a code update to RoboPages to also supply like an optional parameter in the YAML for output format. All right, so we want all of these in here. We want description, examples. Actually, we've already got that. We don't actually need the name and description. What we need is just this. Something tells me I'm missing something, though. Modify this code just a bit. I'll leave this alone for now. Let's do create model. Let's call this HTTP get. Yeah, we'll do that. And then how do we structure this? We just give it the actual arguments that we need. So then our argument here is going to be, we need two arguments. We need name type URL. There we go. We do description, examples. Oh, this is the description for the individual one. Got it. Okay. It's day 2. What's up, man? Thanks for coming online. It's data. Day 2. I think it's day 2. I love reading the usernames when y'all like come online or subscribe or anything, because they crack me the hell up. Or hell, even just when chatting. Let's see here. Alright, so we need examples, type, description. Okay. I think we could just do that. So what we could tell it is, because we had 2 sets in here. I do want the description to be in there. What do you think about this? But we don't need this for the arg schema. I gotta remember, this is not the entire thing. This is just the arg schema. This. What I really want to do, I think, is create a model, but then have pass in fields to it. This would be dynamic model fields. Ah, here we go. This is what we needed. Yes. Okay. We needed this field function in here. Got it. Okay. That's going to be create model. So we give it the name, foo, string, and then a field descriptor, the descriptor in here. All of that. Got it. Okay. Let me take a look at something real quick. How did I do that in the output parsers? Basically just field descriptors. Okay. So I think we can do field type and descriptor in there. Actually, here's where the type actually happens. So the type is going to be here. Which actually, that's fine, because we can dynamically infer that as well. So what we'll do is... Hold on, let me double check this real quick. I'm losing my mind. Where the hell is it? There it is. Yeah, that's what we want to do. So we'll do this, we're going to do this manually down in the main function, but we're going to dynamically generate it with the model up top. Just saw my Twitter for the web shell engineers? Yeah, right? I was like, bro, if you're going to do shady shit, you better be paying me way more money. I was like, you're going to have to pay risk fees. Let's see here. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll define each of the variables in there. Got it. Okay. So we'll do this. Let's just do it like this. There we go. Okay, so the first one we're going to need is user agent. Yeah, so we tell it user agent. So actually, the first one we need is the URL. So we'll do URL. Wait, am I losing my mind? Yeah, just URL. Okay, so the input parameter. Oni, what's up, brother? Happy Saturday. Okay, so this one is going to be a string, and then it's going to be a field with a description, and that is going to be from the parameters here. But I'm not gonna. Okay. Oh, actually, yeah, kinda am. Just got to taking the first third of the Sal 1 exam. Oh, cool. How's that broken up? Is it broken up into like 3 sections? I gotta make sure I'm sitting right. I had a really bad back injury, and it's still recovering. That's right, so we just want the field with the description. Well, is it 3 or is it 2 sections, bro? You're giving me whiplash here. Oh, okay, so it's 3 sections, 1 multiple choice, and then 2 simulations. Cool. If I ever get time, I don't know if I'm going to. I like to go run through those just to take them and fail them, so I could just tell people what to expect on. Let's see. Field description. Okay. Yeah, this is what I want. So field, and then the description, maybe an alias, but I don't think we really need an alias. Oh, you have 24 hours to complete all 3 sections. Gotcha. That's it. I'm not going to worry about doing this dynamically. I'm just going to do it by hand here real fast. And then we'll test this out here in a minute. So let's do description. So this was the URL. This is this section right here. We're going to hard code this for now. And then what we're going to do... We'll do one more. We need the user agent. Agent, and that's going to equal another string and a field. And do the same thing. Description, and that's going to be this description here. We'll dynamically generate this later. For now, I got to get it working so I can get some of the other definitions so I can kind of understand what it's doing. So you have 80 questions to complete in 60 minutes. The other 2 simulations are 2 hours each. Questions weren't bad and were pretty straightforward. Okay, that's good. I really hate like trick questions on things. This should... Yeah, because here we've got the example here. All right, let me rerun this. Let's see if we can actually hit the breakpoint this time. Before it dies. What's the best answer? God, I hate that. Wait, what was this? It says something's not defined. What the hell you mean it's not defined? Happy Hacks, thanks for coming online, man. Yeah, what's the best answer? I mean, at least sometimes when they do those, they're kind of like it's dead obvious. Like, hey, what's the best way to put out this fire? Is it water or like sand or like throw gasoline on it? What's up, man? Happy Saturday, Hazzy. As hacks will pwn. Let's see. All right, what's the error we hit here, though? Oh, we hit it in create tool. Or did we hit the breakpoint create tool? We continue? We hit a validation error. What's the validation error? Field requires type is missing, input equals... Oh, it's breaking because... I see. Hang on. Back over. What's the console output? Did we get anything before that? Test passed for HTTP GET. Test class... Oh, we're breaking on test class robo pages. That's the problem. I got it. Okay. So it actually is passing that first part. That's no problem. So we're not hitting the breakpoint because even though the stuff we did beforehand, that's where it was happening. Okay. I'm going to cram a little for the Splunk because I think the next part is going to be Splunk heavy. From the little bit I did with the sock simulator, it was very Splunky. So yeah, I'd say that's probably where it's going with it. Not sure if it's anything like the sock sim. I think it probably will be. Okay, so it's breaking because it says it doesn't like... Let's see. Yeah, when it calls create tools. Okay, that's fine. This is the part where we actually needed to know how to format it. Which it looks like... Let me look at HTTP GET. Did HTTP GET actually format correctly? It looks like it did. It looks like it was taken correctly. So this is kind of what we need to structure right here. So what we could do is I think we can make this a dictionary where here's the key, here's the value. And then we can pass all that over to create model. I think that's what we can do right there. So we can get the name, we can get the description. Let me copy this part right here. And we'll take it up over to the create tool function. And we'll kind of debug it. There we go. Alright, so create tool is where everything is dying. That's fine. Because we're trying to create something without it right here. So what we need to pass in first is the... art schema. I'm just going to put a placeholder in there for now. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to actually have to iterate over the parameters to create this. So let's do something here. Let's make... So the parameters is actually coming back. Let's take a look here. Because right here is where it should be kind of dying. Yeah, so it's dying on get tools. Tool equals robo pages. There's an error there. So let me stop this and run it. Let's re-debug this. Okay, we actually hit the breakpoint, which is fine. That's what I wanted to hit. Ranked 448th on HackTheBot currently. Not bad. Oh, nice, dude. Hey, Spoiler, what's up, man? Spoiler, did you get a chance to play the APT card game yet? I'm dying to hear what you guys thought about it, the guys that won the giveaway, because I had a shit ton of fun with it. And I'd like to be able to send that feedback to Chris, my buddy who created the card game. Okay, so here's what I need to run is this create model from the stuff. Let me look and see here. Do I have parameters? Let me just take one step on this. Into just step over. Step over that. Okay, there we go. That's what I needed. I need that parameters function defined right there. So let me look at parameters. So this only takes one parameter, which is the code to execute. Okay, perfect. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and start rewriting our code here. This is our, I'm gonna comment this out because this is just here as like a helper. Ever do a community backdoors and breaches night? It actually sounds like a really badass idea. So I had been trying to plan something for when I hit 1,337 followers, golfer. Maybe that's an idea. Hang on. Look at something real quick. We should maybe that might be an idea to try, golfer. I like that. Maybe that's something we would organize in the Discord. Like we'd form up teams and go play. Because I think I'm looking at it right now. Here, hold on. Let me bring this over here. Learn how to play. Let's see. I think it plays. I'm trying to see how many people it suits. How many players does the game like supposed to support? Card examples. Let's see. Wait, you can play online? Yes. I didn't realize they had online play. Oh, snap. Yeah, this was released from the guys over at Black Hills Security. I heard the guys at Spectre Ops are actually working on a card game too. But I can't give away any of the details for that. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, this might be something fun to do for the leech stream. Yeah, I've got to once the stream hits 1,337, I figure, okay, cool, we're hitting leech status then, and we can actually do like we'll do like some kind of special event. I've got the cards but don't know how to play. Oni, I need to introduce you to my buddy Zach Attack, because that is his jam. Is every and any and all card and board game. That is exactly his jam. It's what I get him every time. Like any present I get to get for him, I just text his wife like, "What game has he been eyeballing this time?" And that's what I go get him. All right, let's take a look here. All right, so for parameters, in this case, we only had the one parameter, but what we want to do is let's structure this. So we're going to just call this args. So args is going to be a dictionary. And what we'll do is we'll say for param in parameters. What we're going to do is we're going to say let's do param. We want to set that as the key. So the key is going to be. That's not correct. We want to do param, and then we want to get the name of it. So that should be. Let me drop this down. Yeah. So that's going to be the name of it. So name, and then that is going to equal a pydantic field, right? Actually, that's going to equal a tuple, and this is going to be param, but we're going to get the type from it. So we'll get the type, and then the second section here is going to be the field descriptor. So then we'll do description. There we go. Description is going to be param, description. What if I can add multiple fields to this? I want to kind of try it. We'll leave the examples off for now. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the examples off for now. Why is it throwing a fit for param? Param. I don't know, I'll figure it out here in a second. That's gonna be param, and then the description should just be the description field in here. Yeah, description. There we go. So what this should do is it should do a very simple loop. We got the list of all the parameters. That is a list. So we iterate over the list. We take out the name. We set that as an argument here. And then we take this. We set all the parameters. So we set the type. We set the description. I think that's good right there. And then all we need to do is... Wait, did I close that up properly? I did not. That's why it's throwing a fit. There we go. All right, so we're passing in our tuple. I think we're good there. Look at field real quick. Will it give me the... Okay, not going to worry about that. So that's going to build up our args array here. And then our arg schema... We can actually just pass in create model here. Create model. The name is going to be... we need the model name. So we're gonna do this a little bit janky. We're gonna do a format string. We're gonna say that is the name variable underscore schema. There, we'll call it that, and then we want to pass in args, but we want to pass that in this way. So what this should do is it should decompose this dictionary in here, and then set that to work. Okay, I think that will work. Let's try it. Stop and rerun. If we hit the breakpoint, we're doing okay-ish. Oh, did we get a console error? No, we didn't get a console error. Okay. So then run again. Do we hit the breakpoint again? No, we got a fail. All right, what's the fail? We did get a fail? Okay. Not gonna worry about that. Run again. It looks like it's running. What is this? Mute breakpoint. Did it actually work? No way it was that easy. I fucked something up. I know I did. I am not a good enough programmer for that to have worked. Hang on. Well, here's the only way to find out is we can try running this again here. Nice. All right, let's do it. Let's hop back over to... That's not the right window. Where is it? Where was our LangChain stuff? What's that? Let's bring this back. Where's the state on this? View state. JSON. That was not what I wanted. Ah, here we go. This is what I want. Let me grab this state. I can actually fork this and have it run again. And it should be interrupting. Yeah, so after the tool node is run, it should interrupt. So let me fork and run this. I probably should also tell it, hey, provide just concise responses. So it's doing the nmap scan right now. I know you can't see it because my big ass head's in the way, but it's doing it down here. All right, did we hit the interrupt? We did hit the interrupt. Perfect. Okay. So it stopped executing right now. It wants to go back to the recon router, but we had this interrupt set right here. So after it's exiting the node, it's stopped. It's paused the execution. see. I tell you what, I need to run and grab some water. I'll be right back, guys. Alrighty, I'm back. Mod you so you can ban site. Alright. Let's see. Just updated my Kali, and now my update list went from 7 sources down to 1. Is that normal in the latest release? I think so, Golfer, unless you had custom app sources configured on it. Typically, I only have 1 app source located on there. Maybe 2, like if I'm running Docker on Kali. Because I don't use the app source Docker. I use the Docker CE repositories. Just so that mod me so I can ban site. But don't let me get the chancla out. Homeboy's gonna go gather all the Infinity Stones just to whoop that ass. What's funny is, it's like I had no idea anything about like the chancla, right? I just didn't understand that stuff. My wife's family is Mexican, and that's when I started learning about all this stuff. Of course, this is the one time I do an update before I do a VM backup. That's how it always works, man. All right, let me look at something here. All right, so everything's looking good. I think I'll probably go through and do a little bit of prompt engineering and cut this down. But the good news is, look at this. When we had the prompt configured, we took the tool section out, right? So let's go take a look at what we actually sent to... Oh, shit. Where is it? Where's the button? Somewhere in here, there's a way to go see this trace happening in... Cancel all pending runs. No, I don't want to cancel all pending runs. What I want to do... Damn it, where the hell's the button? This is actually really cool. This little slider, I can have it, like, give me different levels of abstraction of, like, how much data it's giving me. Which is pretty sick, I think. I want to see this over in... I mean, I know I could just come back over... I can come back over here and look at it. I think it was this one? What about this one? Update status? Okay, yeah, that one didn't do jack. Okay, here we go. So let's look at this. What was our... What did we send to the AI model? Cool, so here's all of our stuff. Let's look at the arg schema real quick. Nice. Nice. What about the nmap scan? What do we have here? Yes, so here's our arguments. Yes. I can't believe that worked on the first go. Hell yeah. So we have part description. Nice. Nice. It'd be cool if we could provide examples for it. Maybe that's something we can add later, but right now I don't need the examples. I just need the exact, like the description of what the input is. Yeah. Snap. And so if we look up here, I need to go modify this though. I need to take this part out. Using the provided tools. Additional context may be provided. Sweet. Let me clean that up real fast. And then what I want to do is, I'm gonna go commit this code because I've been stressed about it not being in there. There we go. Okay, I gotta go commit some code real fast here. All right, so let me go ahead and minimize this. All right, so I need to add the configuration, LangChain robo pages. Prompts needs to be updated, and I think recon agent also needs to be updated, and states.py. I think I need to add all of those. We'll go ahead and add the to-do list to that. Okay, commit. This is going to be, let's see. Abstracting data objects, let's say. Updating abstracted data objects and adding arg schema to RoboTools. Yeah, because that's what we added it to, right? We called it a RoboPages tool. There we go. Commit. There we go. Get that Latino chancla powder. That took a different turn than I was expecting. Oh, there's my one. It's like, what the hell did I do with it? All right, sweet. All right, so the prompt is adjusted. Let me make a minor modification to this, actually. Let's bring this over. Your cybersecurity expert specializing in network reconnaissance. I'm gonna wordsmith this. You are an expert cybersecurity agent specializing in network reconnaissance. Your primary job is to perform tasks defined below using the provided tooling. Additional context may be taken into consideration. And then, yeah, we see here. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll say, answers should be concise instructions. Concise instructions. I'm just saying answers should be concise without exposition. Concise, stating the what did it come back with? Let me look this up real fast. Output. I'll help you find all the common ports. For this task, I'll use the nmap TCP scan on the target, which is a common method to discover open ports. Should be stating the action to be taken and the reason for the action. Okay, cool. So that'll come up in the next one. But what I need to look at now is this. So over here, what's happening is this guy's getting stuck in a loop. This is a very basic loop. What should happen is recon router sends this shit over to the LLM. here's our response. You can see this is the same thing we got out in the last one. So it had a tool call on it. The recon node comes back, sends us the data. But when the data comes back, if we hit continue, it passes it back to the recon router. It's going to do another nmap scan. So it gets stuck in this kind of loop here. So for some reason, the output is not getting, what is it? The output's not being appended to the state for some reason. Yeah, the chunkla powder. That's not what I was meaning. See how we have repeated examples of the nmap scan. This is what it's been doing every time. Let's see what the response was though after we did this. I'll perform a scan to find the common open ports. Action: run an nmap TCP scan. TCP send scan is an efficient way for discovering open TCP ports with minimal network traffic and is less likely to disrupt the target system. I want to wordsmith this a bit. I want to change the prompt just a little bit more. Answers should be concise, stating only. Sorry, let's say responses. So responses should be concise, stating only the action and the reason for the action. Okay, cool. So for some reason, I'm gonna take a look at something real fast here. So when it gets back to the recon router, so let's step through this just a little bit here. So we started off, we have an initial seed value of like, hey, this is the state of things. Recon router comes through. It says, hey, what's the, is there a task? Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and we're going to send the task through the language prompts over to the language model. And then if it comes back with a tool call, which it does, it calls the nmap TCP port send scan. Then it says, okay, hey, there's a tool call, pass it to the tool node. The tool node data comes back right here. And then so what we need to do is, when it gets back to the recon router, we're looking at it's like, okay, everything looks a little bit weird here. So let's go view the state of this. So we had AI, and then we had a tool, which was all of our tool data. And then we had another AI, which is I'll perform another AI send scan. If I let this go for more iterations, it would just keep doing this in a loop. So what I need to figure out is where we're at with this. So let's go look at the, let me bring this over. Let's come back over to the recon agent and get this figured out. I think what I want to do also is, I'm going to commit all of these changes also. And I'm going to say, adding lang best. Doc just brought me a drink. It's because I didn't have dinner, so she may be a protein shake. Adding link graph studio. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just commit that. Okay. By the way, if y'all want to take a look at this, it's all up on the BlazeBits GitHub. You can get in there and mess with the code and tinker around with it. Okay, so here's our model call, and here's our recon router. So the router should say if the last message is a tool call. So this is not correct on how we want to run this. I need to find a way to debug this, because I need to know what last message was. I tell you what, let's go add a little bit of pretty printing to this. Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to hit the recon router. Actually, let's take a look at the graph here for a second. So we have our recon model call. And this gets called... down here. Okay. So this is going to be our recon agent, and we start with the recon model call right here. We call this one recon agent, so that's this whole thing right here. That's our recon router. Yeah. So we do start, we go to recon agent, and then we go to, we have our conditional edge, and then we got this. Perfect. Okay. Which that one is the recon model call, and then we have a conditional lap to the recon router. Yeah. So recon router here is where everything's getting kind of wonky. So let's do a little bit of printing here. Does this get handled in lang graph or lang chain? I'm trying to think. So in this case, what we're doing is we're taking the response from the language model, we're appending it to this messages portion of the state. But what I want to do is, let's do a little bit of printy print in here. I gotta remember how to do this. Let's see. Actually, hold on. What am I doing? I had this already in here. This was in the LangChain robo pages down here. We had a couple things set up here. Let's see. Did I install that as pretty? No, I didn't. Here we go. This was it right here. We did this as a format string. So I want to do a couple of definitions here. What's utils? Output formatters, prompts. I tell you what, I'm going to put this actually in prompts right here. What we're going to do is, you're going to scroll? No, you're not going to scroll. That's our recon prompt template. Let's do this. Let's define print AI message. And that should just take in a message of type string. There we go. And what I want to do is, back over to robo pages, this is going to be a green message. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take passed out and we're going to put in message. That's it. We're just going to make a little wrapper for this. Actually, I want to do this a little bit differently. Python print other text. Actually, that's not in Windows. Here we go. Actually, this is what I wanted. Yes, this is nice and defined. We have, what is this? Style reset? Yeah. Okay. So let me do this real quick. Let's define this right here. Perfect. Okay, so what we'll do is, let's take this stuff out. And we'll do, what color do we want to make the AI? We'll make it yellow. We'll do style.yellow. And then we'll add into that message. And then we'll do style.reset. That's not reset. There we go. So our AI messages will be yellow. those out. All right. So we'll have print AI message, and then what we're going to have is we're going to define a print human message. I can't type all of a sudden. Because my wife's too pretty. She distracted me. Message type string. And then drop this in here. And then the human messages will be... What color do we want to do that? Do those in... Oh, sure. All right, Golfer and Psych, thanks for hanging out, guys. You know I love y'all. Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow night, man. Yep, Golfer, thanks for stopping by. Psych, always happy to see you, brother. Let's see here. What color do I want to make that? For AI message, per human message, I want to do green. Actually, yeah, let's make that green. So the AI messages will be green, human messages will be yellow. There we go. And then what I'll do here is we'll do a little bit of a print message. So let's do bring this back over. So what I want to do is on our recon model, we want to print the human message here. So we're going to do print human message. There we go. And I think actually, let me look at the state of this real fast. So view state, messages. We just had an AI message on here. Maybe that's the problem. We should go ahead and add that to it. So close to. After this is done, this recon agent is going to be kind of like the basis for the other ones. That's why I've been working so hard on it, so that we can start building out the enumeration agent. Actually, I think I'll just do a print AI message over here. Let's do that, and let's print the... What shape does that take? Let me see. Yeah, we'll just do response here. We'll see what happens. Oh, I gotta import that. I think that will be good. This will maybe give us a little bit extra understanding here. Oh, I actually had this overloaded. Take that out. I'm gonna make one called print debug here, and it's gonna be the same kind of setup. Do that. Do message string, and then do is just copy that, bring it down, and we'll make the debug messages red. Because I'm not sure what this one is going to come back with. I want to take this last message, and let's do a print debug, and then what we'll do is we'll send in last message. let me take out this breakpoint, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this directly, and when we hit this print debug, that's where I'm going to actually run it. So let me run this debug mode. So this won't actually show up in the LangGraph Studio, but it will show up in the traces when we run this. Oh, we got an error here. What's the error? Can only concatenate a string, not AI message to string. Ah, damn it. I gotta remember what's the format of the AI message. Leg chain. Yeah. Oh, the contents. We want to get the contents of it. That's the parameters to it. What methods do we have? Oh, we can just pretty print that? No way. Did I just go through all that printing for nothing? Yep, I sure did. I went and made all that for nothing. Right, fine. Just leave those out. I'm just gonna leave the print debug in here. Oh, live and learn something. All right, let's debug this now. Oh, come on. I took those out. Oh, I didn't mean to run that. So what do I got in the console here? Oh, there we go. So we had a AI message here, and we had a tool call. Awesome. Okay. Then continue. Okay, so we're hitting this again. I still don't like the way this is responding. Maybe do a little bit more prompt engineering. Let's see. Let's see, the action to be taken. And then the reason for the action. See if we can get this to format the output a little bit more. Actually, I want to try something. Now that I've got these in here, the debug points won't work, but I want to see if we get any kind of information about this whenever we go run this in the studio. Because this should automatically tell us like, hey, this is how things have been set up. So let me go grab the starting context, and actually we can fork and run this one. It still gives us this little preamble. It's like, bro, really? Oh, it's running the in-map scan right now, so we'll let that chill out for just a second. Okay, so we're there. Let's view the state. So this was an AI call. This was a tool call. Okay. So if last message has a tool call to it, that's what it's looking at. So that if we come back over to the recon router. Oh, it's all right. I gotta grab something. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's get this going here. What I need to see is, what does this tool calls actually show? So it's coming back as truthy on here. Actually, I took those out, and actually I want those functions back over here. Let me fix these real quick. So, print message AI. Print message human. Yeah, I want these back. And what's funny is I just realized this doesn't have like the correct thing to it. This should be message. And this will be. Let me fix this real fast. I actually do want these functions back. Because the pretty print is not showing up the way I wanted it. Let's do this. So we'll do print. And I want to do one more thing in here. Because it's going to make it, I want to be able to see shit as it's flowing through here. So let's do print, print message agent. Let's do that. And what I'm going to do is we're going to take in a what's that? going to change this to input because these are going to be slightly different. So change that, change that, change that, and then shadow built-in input. Wait, you don't like that? Damn it. Say text. There we go. All right, because this one I actually do want it to be a message, and this could be either an AI message or a human message. And so we'll say this way we can just take the message, we can pass it directly to it. So if let me check the document. That just gets us the text of the message here. Bases it on base message. Parameters are content, KW args, ID, tool calls, name, response method. Okay. So if type equals AI. Message type equals AI. Then what we want to do is we want to do print message AI, and we're going to send in the message dot text, I think. String content to the message, or string dot content. I think that's what. Actually, I think we want dot content. So elf is the message type equal probably human, I think. Oh, it is an elf, okay. If message type equals human, we'll do the same thing. We'll do print message human. And that's going to be message.content. And we'll do one more else in here where if it's not either one of those, it's going to print it as a T. Actually, I want to do one more. Let me check something else real quick. AI message, tool call. Does this have a type to it? Represents a request tool call. We have name args, type not required. We have AI messages. It had a tool call to it. So stuff's not getting appended to the state, and that's actually kind of what's busting it up. This is the part that's messing this up. I know it is. That tool calls check. So we'll say if the type equals what was it? Tool underscore. Tool call. Then what we'll do is we're going to do a print We duplicate this one. And we'll say print message tool call. And for this one, instead of red, we'll make all of those cyan. Oh, you know, I just realized all this shit's red. Debug should be red. Human messages, we'll do those in blue. And then actually, yeah. I screwed that up. That should be green. We'll do those in green. And these will be human messages. So we'll do one more print message, agent message, actually. Print message tool call, and this will be the tool call or a tool message. Length graph. I gotta look at the. Actually, it should be over here. Where's tool node? Dante, what's up, brother? Happy Saturday, man. Let's see tool node on. Tool node. Is this the length chain or the length graph API references? This is the length chain API references. I need the length graph. Length graph. This is what that was. Here's text. Trace. That's all we've got for this? What the hell is it supposed to return then? Maybe this is actually a problem with robo pages. Now that I think about this. Take this stuff out right here. And we put a comment here. Let's see. Building art fields for. Yeah, that's probably what's going on here. Hey, Pebble, thanks for coming online. Welcome in. I hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. I think this actually might be my screw up, now that I think about it. I want to take that out. Let me see here. Because we're just returning the contents of the JSON from this. I wonder if this tool actually needs to be returning like a tool message. I think, oh, could that be what's actually jacking all this up? So in this case now, they're just literally just returning, when they define the tool, they're just returning straight text from it. So in this case, they're using the tool decorator to define these. They create a tool node. This is an AI message with the content. They add a tool call to it. It's going to have this ID. Tool node invoke message with a single tool call. And then the message that returns is a tool message. Okay. I think that's what we need to do here. Oh, Dante found another cross-site scripting? Nice. If you think about it, cross-site scripting has kind of taken over the place of what buffer overflows used to be, because everything has a web app now. So that's like the very basic buffer overflow in a lot of web apps. A blind cross-site scripting, nice. Those are always so fun to find. In this case, they did a bind with tools here. So it comes back as a tool message. Okay, so that's the kill. Blind cross-site scripting is like fishing. You never know when something's going to bite. Yeah, right? But it's really fun when they do bite, though. So this is the React agent we based the recon agent off of. And yeah, look. This is still saying if the last message.toolCalls had it, then return. But where's the tool node in here? Here's the tool node defined. So tools were get weather, get coolness, and then just tools in here. So this is where they reference tool node down here. See, doesn't that look familiar? This is literally how we based this guy off of it. Because recon eventually will run in a specific loop and come out. We'll actually probably have one more node in here that's going to format the output, but that's going to be later because I need to add some additional changes to the RoboPages CLI server. So we had a tool call, get weather, all ID, args, location, San Francisco. Okay. Trying to figure out why this damn thing is getting stuck in a loop. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna debug this. I want to double check what the response structure is supposed to be here for the return. I want to see what this is fast. All right, so we hit that. Where's response? So here's our content. Because what we're doing is we're taking the response, we're parsing it as JSON. We're getting it only has one element to it, right? Content is a 0 element right here. We had the tool call ID. The only way to turn off the touchscreen in the Stream Deck is on the BIOS menu for disabling it. Steam Link and my docking station don't work if you want to. Don't want to work if you turn it off. Well, that's weird. Why were you turning off the touchscreen though, Sisyphus? Remind me. Alright, so here was our response for this. Because remember, our response was just we make a post request to it. So we actually will get the tool call ID back if we send it. We don't have to send it. So let me stop this. I want to try something real quick. I want to try running the recon agent directly. Let me change this. This should be a print agent message here. And I'm going to run this in debug mode because it's actually going to hit. It's going to hit the debug in LangChain robo pages where we set it. Oh shit, what did we get? Oh, because if we change that to print debug. Run. Screen's broken and it spams random inputs, which really sucks if I want to go into desktop mode. Oh, gotcha. Wait, what happened? Oh, damn it. There's a typo over here. Actually, hold on. Let me stop that. Because I just realized that should be dot content. There we go. Okay. Debug one more time. Let me let this run for just a second. Because actually, I'm running the recon agent, so I'll hit the breakpoint over in the robo page, LangChain robo pages. You can only concatenate string, not list to string. What do you mean list to string? Let me refactor that. Let's see. Why is saying that? Hey Zach, what's up, man? During task with name recon router ID, you can only concatenate a string, not list to string. That's not a list. That's a literal. Hey, by the way, because I didn't say it, Zach, thanks for coming online, bro. Welcome in. I hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. See, that's Colorama. Yeah, we defined all this already. So yellow could be orange on some systems, that's fine. I don't get it. What the hell is it complaining about? Only concatenate string, not list to string. That's weird. Why is green all jacked up? That should be /033 2. I accidentally copy and paste something. No, it's fine. All right. Oh, I wonder if it was the input from this. Message.content. Oh. So it tried to print green, so that means it hit AI message here. Let's see. This one's fine. It's actually right here. I think this is messed up. So what was green? Green was the AI message, and AI message is... It's be message.text, I think. I gotta remember what the hell the API said. AI message. Okay, get the string contents of the message. That's what I wanted. Okay. Yep, that's the issue. It's not .content. It is the. It should be .content. It should be .text. Well, actually, what does .content return? String contents of the message. It says it should be a damn string. What the hell? It's weird there's no guides on how to turn off the Stream Deck screen. That is kind of weird. I figured that'd be something people would want to do. Alright, let's just do .text here instead. So we'll change this real fast. Let me refactor this a bit. Actually, I'll tell you what, I don't like the way to do this. I know, Oiler's online.
Incoming transmission from E_Oiler.
Yep, making it rain with them pennies. What's up, dude? There we go. Let's change this real quick. This way I've got a little bit less shit to deal with. CTFing, but they're gonna update my machine. All right, cool, man. Okay, cool. We did hit the breakpoint over here. That's awesome, man. Yeah. Who was it earlier? They were saying y'all are like. So y'all are currently ranked 448. Sweet. How many teams registered, dude? Fucking ads. I need a little alert thing that tells me when the ads are up. Let me look at something real quick. What were the... That's our response. What was our KW arcs here? Literally just scan in-map org. Okay. So it's not passing in the tool ID. Which it kind of bugs me because I wish it was passing in the tool ID, but that's fine. I'm just glad that's working. The KW arcs is working just fine. Let's see. So let me look at the response here. All right, back. Cool. How many teams registered for that event, Euler? Over 6,000 you're talking about. Yeah, the Hack the Box one. Over 7K. Damn! That's awesome, man. Let me think about this. So you're in the top 500 for that. So in the top shit, I know. I have a degree in math. I don't have not a calculator though. What's that? 7,000. No, 7,000. I think I'll like 448. Awesome. So you're pretty much you're almost in the top 15%. That's kick-ass, man. Yeah, I hope y'all are kicking ass in it, dude. Let me see here. I wanted to see what this response was here. Yeah, so we're just taking the generic response. That's fine. We're getting the content back. And this should be fine, because what we're returning is we're just returning the response content here. So we're like, if we look at, or we're returning the JSON value of it, which is totally fine. That's great. We should just be returning a string of data. It's no problem. Nice. So when you submit a flag, is it like the flag is submitted for the whole team, or do you have to coordinate so that every member of the team has to go get the same flag also? Tigreal, hey man, what's up, dude? Happy Saturday. We were just debugging the agent because I had some interesting bugs come up with it. Let me go ahead and tell the debugger to keep running. Ooh, we hit we hit the recursion limit of 3. I jacked the recursion limit down because I didn't want it to bust anything. Let me put that back up to like 6 here. Oh, that's weird. Why did we get... Yeah, so for some reason the output is not being taken back into account. The tool decorator. The tool decorator has to be adding something to that. That's gotta be it. Because in the examples here... Let's back that ass up real fast. So, here's the example of how to use the tool node, right? What they're doing, though, is they're defining just some dummy functions, and they're using the tool decorator here. That's what's happening. The tool decorator is returning just a string, or the function's returning just a string. The tool decorator is doing something auto-magical to add shit to it when it returns it. That's what's happening. And we're not doing that for the RoboPages tool. Okay. I see. I see what you're doing here. Okay, cool. So the flags are submitted for the whole team. Cool. Nice, dude. Just started a 16-week Enterprise Linux admin course and a Linux security course to try to upskill. Nice, dude. Dude, Linux security is going to be, I think, an even bigger thing going forward because a lot of folks are going to be transitioning off of cloud services. I think they're finally realizing that hardware does not have to be replaced every 3 damn years. It can last a long time. It's not a sync issue to have hardware lasting a long time. And the like for example, AWS is the biggest offender. They're just, it costs so much to be a cloud native system. So I think that's a smart thing to do, Ty. And plus, I don't think there's too many. I think of all the administrators, I think Linux security administrators is probably one of those nice niches that is not well fulfilled. Okay. Yep, I just realized that is what this is doing. So when toolnode calls it, it's not doing it. Okay, so let me look at something real quick. Langgraph, custom tools. Finding custom tools. Ah, shit, you always take me to the old one. Here we go. Okay, so when constructing an agent, you'll need to provide it with a list of tools that can be used. Besides the actual function that is called, the tool consists of several components: a name, description, arg schema, and whether it's going to return directly. Okay. Let's see. So this is used in the tool decorator. That's fine. But we don't want to use the tool decorator. This is a structured tool. Creating a tool from a runnable. Okay, let me look at this real quick. Please respond in the style of answer style. All right, so the name is style responder description. Actually, this is what we did. We subclassed the base tool. So what do we need to respond for this? So we return, in this case, they're just returning a time speed. They're doing it here. But hold on, this makes, so here they're just returning an integer. Okay, no, it's important that every field has type hints. Base tool is a pedantic class, and not having hints can lead to unexpected behavior. Okay. Well, we already did this. We got that taken care of. And this one is the return direct. I gotta see what base tool is doing. Okay, so whether to return the tool's output directly. Setting this to true means that after the tool is called, the agent executor will stop looping. Okay, so this is print multiply, invoke A and B and C. Okay. So we had the name, which was calculator, the description, the args, if it gets returned directly, and then we're just going to print the invoke here. That's how to create a structured tool. But how do we know what the tool needs to actually return, though? Maybe the problem is that we're not using the return direct operative with this. Could that be it? So when we're generating the tools down here, actually, I just realized that needs to be, take that out. What it should be is actually up here in the RoboPages tool. Return direct equals true. Like, we could just hard code that right here. Oh, that's not going to be equals. That's going to be this. Is it capital T? Maybe that's the issue with it. I think that's actually what we need, though. I got 7 flags captured out of 27 for the team. Nice, dude. Beast mode. I don't think that's actually what we need, though. I don't think the return direct. What I feel like we need to do is actually be returning like a tool message from this. Look at base tool real fast. What does it return? The return type, tell me. Asynchronous and iterator with stream. That's not what I wanted. Let me see this. Okay. Line graph. Actually, let me look at the tool decorator. I want to see how this actually functions. Name recallable, runnable, description, return direct. Whether to return directly from the tool rather than continuing the agent loop. Don't care about that. This returns the tool. I'm losing my mind here. I feel like what it's doing is it's returning a particular type of message. When it does this. What's the return format for line graph tools? It can return string content or a tuple of content containing both string content and artificial data depending on the response format. Say, is it possible to return the response from a tool directly? Working on a POC modified. I have it working when correctly calls the tool. It returns the appropriate response, but there's an extra LLM call step at the end by the agent I'm trying to remove. Oh, okay, that's what the return direct is here. So return direct doesn't really mean anything in LangGraph. The options from LangChain's executor chain. That's what I thought. Okay. Because here's what I'm seeing, right? We come through and we run this. We go back to the view state here. We do have a tool message in here. But let me try something. Come over to our terminal. Okay, so we hit the recon tool node. But if we look at the state here, we have two messages. We have an AI and then we have a tool message. When this returns, I think we're still just gonna have the one tool message. No, we'd have an AI and a tool message again. Okay. I think this should be type tool. For some LangGraph. Well, actually, this is part of LangChain, but it's fine. Yeah, so it should say tool in here. Is this in our debug output, though? That's fine. I want to run this one more time. Let's debug this again. Hey, Euler, so what kind of challenges are they having on the CTF? Like, what's been the fun one you've seen so far? Without giving too much away. Where did we get that print AI message? Did I leave an additional print statement in here? Am I dumb? Let's see. Yeah, I sure did. Response pretty print. That's what we had. I think what I want to do is let's modify that a little. I didn't want the response pretty. I wanted this print agent message right here. The AI ones are fun, if a bit irritating. Cypher, I was about to say, I guarantee that there's some AI ones in there. Well, let me see here. I think I want to modify this just a wee bit right here. I'll do one more thing. I think rather than having it print the text, I think I want to have it actually do something. I think I want to make these string literals. So let's do... what was the response it was giving us? It was giving us something like this, AI message. Let's do this. Let's call this header. That's going to equal this guy right here. Bring this down. Basically just overloading their own function. Call this. Actually, I think I want to take that out. Let me come over to the AI message right here. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna print the header in green, and then we're gonna print the rest of the text in regular here. Header, and then we're just gonna then print text. So we're just gonna do those two things. Yeah, I like the way that's gonna look better. Copy this. We're gonna change this to debug. There we go. OSINT was pretty fun. There's one geo challenge that is driving everyone nuts. Coding's pretty easy except for the last one. Forensics has been fun. I've been working with a team member from Germany on those. Oh, nice. Not too shabby for a 2-day event. Yeah, man. Dude, if I had the ability and I didn't think that SOC was going to go into labor like any minute, I would have hopped in to try to help with it. The categories are blockchain, web, OSINT, coding, forensics, pwn, reversing, crypto, secure coding, AI, and machine learning. So they actually have a distinction between like the AI and the machine learning ones, Euler. Also, hey, Bobby, what's up, man? I mean, you were here earlier. What's up again, bro? Bobby ain't no slouch, bro. Yeah, machine learning and AI are two separate categories. Okay, that's pretty sweet. Because they really are two separate things. Got that one fixed up. Let's go take this and actually I don't want to do that. God, what did I do? What did I do? No, stop. There we go. And this should be a tool call. And we'll say it's a tool message. This to be nice and lined up. I don't know where this weird ass trailing backslash came from. All right, cool. So we just kind of duplicated a little bit of what was happening with the rest of this here. There we go. So we have debugs, we have AI messages, human messages, and tool message. Gotcha. Perfect. All right, that'll make this a little bit simpler to read. We'll have the headings colored, but then not the rest of it. So the Stream Deck dock has a few USB ports, which means I can finally play Ultra Kill with a keyboard and mouse. Nice. I tried the blockchain challenge first and it beat me down. Never touched it before. I know what the exploit is, but I have no experience with the tool, so it's been rough. Is it like a... No, I don't want you to give away too much, but... It sounds like it's really fun. All right, let me try. I'm gonna debug this again. Let's see what happens. Oh shit! It's 11 o'clock already. Yeah, look at this. We keep getting the same response back. Meaning that for some reason the tool node is not appending. It's not appending to the end there. Let me come back over to the recon agent. I want to check. Can I check the state of it here? Payload process response self. Run base. Where's the state of this thing? Give me the state. If I step over that step, response content, self-run, toolbars, KW tools. Why is it not? Let me double check something. So we had it. So it's hitting the breakpoint again. But look at this. So recon router, we had it print the message. And model call, we had it print the message. So recon router, for some reason, the last message it's seeing is always just the AI message with the tool call. So for some reason, it's checking the state messages, but it's not doing anything with the tool node. Is not, for some reason, and this is what's weird, right? I'm looking at this. It should be printing the last message in here, but the tool node should be returning a message, and that's what we're seeing over here in the studio, right? If we look at the studio. Look at this. We have messages of AI tool, AI tool. I'm about to just tell it to pretty print the entire damn state so I could take a look at it. Why does the message... Alright, let me try something. I'm going to try something real fast. Let me take a look at something so I can see a little bit more of the output. I'm going to stop this. So one thing that's cool is with the studio integration, every time I've got this running, we see it over here in the terminal. So when I make changes to it, it automatically brings it up over here. Take out threading, recon agent. Okay. I want to see something real quick. I'm going to bust this out. When I come over here, I'm going to rerun this. Rerun from here. I want to go through and I want to see what kind of output we're getting back from this this server. So it's making the call to the recon tool node. I'm going to interrupt before we enter this. Damn it, it's doing it again. Interacting with an Ethereum blockchain service, you get the source code, but you have to submit a transaction that has a timestamp earlier than your last. Oh, okay. I was able to get the transactions done, but that was it. Gotcha. I forgot to feed my Steam Deck its daily portion of blood. Cancel. I need to... It's just running in the loop again. Let me rerun from here again. So I wanted to see, like, were we getting the console? Yeah, so look, we're getting the console messages here. That's great. I actually want to try something real quick. I'm gonna kill the lang graph server real fast. Look this up real quick. LangGraph Studio suppress info messages. So one is I don't want all these damn messages. Wait for client, no browser, jobs per worker, help. Build LangGraph API server, Docker image, dev, Docker file, new. I wish there was a way to just ignore those individual messages. All right. So what this tries to do is it tries to open it up so you can look at it in LangGraph Studio. I'm not logged in the VM though, so what I'm doing is I'm just bringing it over here manually. There you go. All right, so I do want this. I want it break before we enter the recon router and break when we exit the recon node. In fact, I don't even care about interrupting afterwards. This is what I care. I want it to break before we enter that. Shit, I need to I need to fix this again. So task is, I'm gonna change this a little bit. Find common open TCP ports on 127.0.0.1. Or just let this run local. Host, this is just going to be something stupid. A and B, just like that. Context is going to be dot. This out real fast. Messages. This will be a blank list of messages. Okay. Alright, let's submit this. So we're going to break before we enter the recon router. That's actually where I want to see where things are looking. Alright, so continue. Hit the recon router. AI says, okay, cool, I'm going to do stuff. Get a tool call. Tool call is going to execute. We're just going to scan our local loopback. So that way I stop spamming scanme in map.org. I should change the name of my stream deck because it certainly says PS4. Nice. Okay, so now what is our... I want to view the state here. So we have an AI and a tool message here. So we come back over to here. Yeah, so for some reason it's always... Tool node isn't the tool message is not getting appended here. What the hell is going on? See that? So what's happening here is we have a conditional edge. We hit the recon agent, which is our model call, and then we hit the tool node, and it actually says, hey, go to the recon router, or it's gonna invoke the recon router. It should look at the last message, right? In the current state table, it's gonna print the message, and it's gonna say if the last message has tool calls, then go to the tool node. The problem is, for some reason, it is not seeing the tool message. I want to do I'm gonna add something to this. I'm gonna do print debug, and I'm gonna print the entire state out. I want to print all the messages actually. Yeah, I know that's what you're expecting, but I want to do it anyway. Alright, so as I save this, we get an update on this. So recon router is right here. Alright, you see this? I'm going to rerun from here. So it should just do the tool call. Nothing changed after using a week of that HDMI slot. View state, got an AI message and a tool message. It's the last thing we pretty printed out. So we didn't get anything there. Hang on one sec, guys. All right, I'm back. This might be so that we have to debug again tomorrow because I don't get why it's doing this. So I'm going to rerun from... We're going to go ahead and just do this. Let's see if we get an AI message out here real fast. Okay, so it's calling the recon tool. Alright, so we hit the recon router. That's fine. Get all of our output back. There we go. Oh, so it's coming back as a debug. Well, no, this should actually come back as a debug because we did a debug print on it. So let's take a look here. So see, like this, we get an AI message here. So from recon model, it's going to print the AI message. Recon router is going to print the last message here. And so our debug was actually when we printed down here, state messages. Really, you're not going to let me select all of this? I'm going to have to go like parse this by hand, aren't I? That's going to suck. Let's do just to Python. Let me format this as a document. I just want to check. I'm going to check this real fast, and we'll probably have to wrap it up for tonight. Hit the formatter online. There we go. Lovely. All right, so let's take a look here. So, who has one entry here? That's it? So Foo only... Yeah, so it looks like for some reason we're seeing the tool call. No, we do see a tool message right here. We have a tool message and we have an AI message. For some reason, that tool message is like just completely being ignored. That's so weird. Hey, Euler, thanks for the 100 biddies this time, man.
Incoming transmission from me_Woiler.
All right, brother. Yeah, actually, we gotta wrap it up for tonight. Hack the planet. I'm surprised more people don't drop those. I get more nerds than I do hack the planets. That always surprised me. All right. That is where we got to wrap it up for tonight. So, good news is, we do see the tool message actually coming back from here. So, our code is a little bit funky. Got to figure out what's going on with it. For some reason, it's ignoring the tool message and going straight to the AI message here as it comes through. So, we will work on that tomorrow night. Let's see if anybody else is up on InfoSec streams. Yes. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, sure enough, man. Oh, I don't get it why all the other degenerate hackers just hang out in the middle of the day. Come on, man. Come on, man. If anybody has a raid suggestion, feel free to shout them out. Who else is doing some coding tonight? Let's see what we got. Got some guys working on a Unity game, doing some 3D modeling. I always find 3D modeling fascinating because I know diddly about it. No way, is Primogen still on right now? He's not usually on this late. Oh, wait, is he? Look for it real fast. Is he on? Oh, he is on. Heck yeah, we'll go right over to him. He's never on this late. Okay. A bunch of the software and game dev streamers are holed up doing a hackathon with Cursor to build a game. Oh, okay. I was wondering why... This fucker's been streaming for 31 hours. No way. Alright, yeah, we'll go right over to him. At least he's doing something fun and like getting after it. I do like Primogen. He's pretty funny. Alright, guys. That's where we're going to finish it up for tonight. Thanks y'all for hanging out. We're finally making progress. Once we fix this routing loop, the recon agent will be in a very solid spot. You just got to figure out why the hell it's looping and ignoring the tool calls. But thanks for hanging out, everyone. I hope you all had a badass Saturday and tomorrow a great Sunday. If you can, spend some time with some friends and family. Get some recharge in before we start crushing it on Mondays. So, that's all I got for you guys. Oh, wait. What's this, Fist? What? What you got for me, bro? Make it fast. Oni, yes. All the luck on your test tomorrow, bud. You don't need luck. You've got skill. That's what you got. Bobby, you have a good night. Euler, keep kicking ass on the CTF, man. I look forward to the updates. Yeah, 31 hours. That is crazy. All right, guys. That's all. Oh, wait. Oh, I forgot. One last thing. I love you. Peace.